It will fall off, though, in terms of its ability to fight range later. Okay.
What is this?
I mean, it could very likely be Renekton mid for Chovy with this setup. We'll see what the counter pick is, and that'll probably determine a lot of this. It looks like it's going to be the Zoe coming through here for Bay. Very much a high skill ceiling champion for this rookie player who has struggled under the pressure in the past, and this is his most pressured situation he's been in his career, his first LCK playoffs, laning up against Chovy. It's going to be the Renekton, it looks like, here in the mid lane, and this is a matchup where he can get a lot of poked on, but if he makes one mistake, and if you get caught just one time, it is lights out with an Italy Renekton mid combo. Like, you have to be so careful to go in. But on the other side of things, for Nongshim Esports, they have this very, very poke-oriented composition. It's very strong in the later parts of the game.
Well, here we go, guys. We're going to hop onto the rift for game number 1 of the playoffs in its entirety.
It's going to get out of here, no problem.
This is a very interesting late invade coming in now from the side of Hamalife. And you see that Nongshim are thinking about actually fighting here as we got the engage coming on in. This is 5v3 right now. Hamalife are getting smothered here in the jungle.
It's going to be a
double.
double.
Two of them are going to go. And Duckdom gets one, Bay gets the other. What a great start here for Nongshim.
I mean, the waves are crashing. It's hard for him to rotate in. Bay needs to be careful with getting sandwiched here, but it looks like he will be able to close the gap here. Rich coming down. I think Hamalife Esports have to fight over this, but they're not in position to do so because Chovy's so low on health.
Yeah, Chovy is taking a bunch of poke damage. They're still going to commit to this, I think. Looking for the smite. Dominance is popped, and it's going to go to Johan. Peanut misses the smite here, and now in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be able to ultimate away, but now totally on the run. And you can see that Ridge is just left out to dry. So not going very well. Bay, though, is looking for the kill onto Vlad. He should pick it up, so at least gets the scraps on his way out. Ends up being 2-0-1.
Yeah.
But just kind of going for Rift Heralds, going for money and early gold rather than just the Drakes for both of these teams. This is what I'm talking about. You got to be careful if you're portal jumping. See you later, Bay.
And it wasn't an accident that was the timing that they were able to make this happen, because Vista is actually keeping Peanut busy over here.
Oh, and they're not wasting any time getting in there once again. The Magnet Storm does come in. Deft in a little bit of an awkward spot as in goes Peanut, and Duckdom's able to get the kill now. This was looking so good on the invade for Hamalife, up a member, but Alistair loves that. The second you get anywhere near him, he'll just be able to combo you, stop you from hopping around, hold you in position so that Ezreal can just blow you up. And you know, even though Hamalife definitely in a good spot here in this early game, the carries on the side of Nongshim still getting scarily fed. I mean, 2-0-1 Ezreal.
Fight breaking out.
Yep, here, okay. Just getting right on in there. The damage on Chovy is enough. Actually, the kill will go the way of Kellen. Fate's Call has to be used, but look at this. Jeff and Johan just getting bullied on the other side of this wall. That's going to be a second kill now in favor of Nongshim. As now Kellen looking for more. He wants depth. Nice interrupt from the Rel, but actually just ends up dying himself. Heal is used by Duckdom, but he still actually goes down. But still a massive team-fight win for Nongshim.
4 kills here in this game, and this is the stage of the game where Hamalife should be dominating. Right now, Morgan does not have teleport. He is rotating over. They're again going to look for a potential steal. They're wrapping around. I don't know about this one, Hamalife.
All right, they're going to go in. That's a nice little combo from the Rel. A lot of damage does come out, but the Mountain Drake taken right on time. Bay now looking to turn it on to Chovy, but he gets stunned up, and now he's being bullied over here. Will take a ton of damage from Deft and Morgan, actually, who will pick up the kill. But the Mountain Drake, at the end of the day, does go the way of Nongshim.
They actually don't get to sneak away with it.
Teleport, flank coming in. This is exactly what they want. A huge Magnet Storm comes in. Duckdom has to flash away. But where is the damage out of Hamalife? They finally get that kill, but Duckdom able to trade one back. Trying now to get on top of Bay, as Toby is just a menace. Nobody can stop him. Kellen is able to do it for a while, but Duckdom gets totally left out to dry. And now there is no front line for Nongshim. Chovy just able to make a huge play and win this fight, essentially, for the side of Hamalife.
Peanut looks like he might just barely get out of here. But after that, he couldn't actually close the gap, and Bay just had no escapes anymore. Looks like Rich is actually going to contest this. This is kind of insane.
Pretty interesting. Okay, he's got Peanut nearby. And we have another teleport committed to here. Nongshim wants something off of the back of giving away an Infernal Drake, but they, this time, will get nothing. It's their turn. So Rich is going to go over the wall. Got to be careful here. You've got Vista nearby.
Good to see from a team like this going into a first game of a best-of-5 and sleep.
Okay. Thinking about the task here, and that's a huge amount of damage coming out from the Ezreal. Big knockup comes in, but Zoe immediately goes down. Duckdom is too far away. He cannot join the fight. They do get death, but look at the rest of the team. HLE just cleaning up. Now a double kill for Chovy. We got a little bit of a scuffle over here. Chovy's already level 17, and now we have a fight breaking out in the mid lane. Bay is just isolated alone, but so is Chovy, so we'll see if they can actually kill him here. A ton of damage is coming out from Duckdom. They're going to blow 2 ultimates to get it, as actually the Ignite from Kellen, much later than Bay, who was able to respawn on time. So, still is the case. He's looking for a teleport here. He's not going to be able to get a flank, but because he didn't do it right away, actually Nongshim able to just rush down that objective, knocked up into the air, and they did not commit on in. Or at least they were not able to here. Chovy, they're looking to turn now onto Peanut up on the top side. The Magnet Storm is going to be used as he tries to ghost away to safety, but flashing on in. Here comes Chovy. He will pick up that kill, and they do take away the jungle of Nongshim.
I mean, this should be a Baron. I mean, you can't smite steal anymore. There's nothing you can do whatsoever here to stop this, and it's Kalista damage. You talked about it earlier. They can clear this so quickly. Nongshim are just going to try to commit to this anyways, but I don't think you win this fight.
Yeah, you're going to have to kill Johan. And good luck with that. I mean, they're trying. They're really trying, but Johan's positioning is great. And follow-up here by Morgan trying to get on top of Duckdom, but now he's a little bit isolated. They turn back on the Baron. He does go down, though.
The Baron's still alive here. Or actually, no, it's taken.
Yeah, no, they get the Baron, and now Chovy getting really low, and they have fantastic chase with the Ezreal, with the Gragas, the Zoe. They're going to be looking to pick up as much as possible. Nongshim get 2 for now.
They don't deny the Baron, but they might deny these buffs.
Oh, the teleport is even coming in here from Chovy. I don't know if he's going to be able to try to turn this 3v4. I don't know if he's got the damage. Death is going to be able to turn around, and maybe they do. Vista does go down. A huge knockup comes in from Kellen, and May just saved the fight, but Chovy's still alive.
He's got a res.
Goes into his GA, and this provides so much space for Jeff to just hop around, but now Peanut's able to join into the fight. Everybody's getting into this one, as with the Horsey coming on back, that's going to be another GA that does get popped down, and Jeff is going to eventually bite the dust. Chovy will survive somehow.
With the backs, the timing of this is really tough to contest.
I don't know if they can actually, okay, well, the two-shot rush comes in. That's a lot of damage, and now the smite going to be used on the Chovy. Trying to slow them down. Duckdom eats a huge spear to the face, and that's just going to have to be
to a composition that does struggle in the later parts of the game, but with how HLE have been playing this now consistently by doing these engages. Okay, this is just an extended trade with a really long rotation. We can forgive Rich for this one a little bit more, but sadly.
I mean, why is he there, though?
Yeah.
You can see in the gold that, you know, even though he's supposed to be the big-time carry here, he's not even that far ahead. Johan now is going to be the one that's in an awkward spot, but the teleport may just be able to save him, as now Rich is going to get jumped on here. Once again, the dominance is going to be used. They're trying to get on top of Peanut here, but now with Duckdom around, not going to be easy for HLE to engage into this one, but now the huge Magnet Storm comes in. Vista gets the big engage.
He survives.
They do survive, though, and now Toby's going to go down. Duckdom smited him down, and Morgan stays alive. That's going to be so key for keeping this ahead for HLE. His positioning right now is actually pretty nice. I believe he's still around that little hill. Yep, they spot him.
Nongshim handled this very patiently. I really appreciate how careful.
All right, well, they're just going to give that one away. Big engage does come in. Nongshim looking to take the fight afterwards. Big spear onto Duckdom. Peanut in an awkward spot. Will have to ultimate over the wall.
And this is going to be such a hard fight now to take with the soul up.
And look at the base.
Look at the damage.
The base push that's coming in is pretty huge, and Nongshim have to get back to that.
Caught between a rock and a hard place right now.
Yeah, I like the posturing here from HLE. They're not able to force them into a fight, which would have been nice with the base push, but still able to get a Nexus turret, which is definitely still nice.
I mean, this, you know, it's just going to go down so fast. You have to be decisive. You cannot be slow if you're Nongshim here. Not this time. You can't be patient.
Pool is going to be used here by Morgan, and the engage is not good for Mystic. He does follow up with the flash, though. But again, Jovi's not here. Oh, Bane, he oversteps. He's just going to go down just like that. But Duckdom gets a massive ultimate into the back line.
This is not fightable for Hanwha Life anymore. They need to get out of here.
So many ultimates have just been popped. Morgan still has his, though.
Johan looking for the flank potentially here. If he hits a spear onto Duckdom, they can turn it, but he does not get the opportunity to do so, Valdez.
They don't know about Toby here, but they might. They might have seen him go in there. Gonna spot him now as they're a little bit split up here. A lot of the damage has to come out from Duckdom to E forward. And can they actually take the fight? That's a big ultimate coming in from Peanut, and he forces out the one from the Vladimir. So much damage comes out from Deft on a Duckdom, as he is going to E away, but he gets the kill. The GA goes down, and they should be able to get on top of Duckdom now. He cannot get away, and it looks like Hanwha Life have just barely done it. They may have pulled themselves over the finish line here at 48.5 minutes.
Rich is just trying to delay in this game, but the Elder Drake is up. It will be taken very easily here. And with the Elder buff and everything else, I mean, how do you not walk down the finish line and win this game? Rich is buying some good time.
Rich actually did some great stuff there. No push is going to come into the mid lane. Elder will be free for Hanwha Life, as you mentioned. Taking him out. And now, for at least another minute, they have to deal with the Elder. This is kind of the game-ending push that Riot has designed for the game.
Minions win this one, I think, Valdez.
After 40 minutes, you get Baron, you get Elder, you're not supposed to lose. And they're just going to try to engage straight up here. They're going to get on top of Bay. He just pops immediately. Executed by the Elder. Down goes Rich. Peanut just barely is going to survive. But it does not matter because the game is done anyway. Hanwha Life, it wasn't easy, but it looks like they will be able to pick up the game at 51 minutes. They come through and make from this game 51 minutes.
Look at the damage from Duckdom.
Oh, he almost hit 666.
Oh.
Not quite. He got 667.
We rounded that one up.
Yes, probably. Yeah, he almost did double the damage of his opponent. 80 carry. And again, it was all in his lap. The second Duckdom died, the game was over.
I mean, look at the damage numbers across the board for every player on Hanwha Life Esports. The Infernal Soul plus 3 Drakes stacked on top of it. Really?
Hello and welcome back everybody to the LCK Analyst Desk for the LCK Spring Split Playoffs, and brought to you by Subinion and Victory and Kuro. Hello. And this is Season with the translation. We only had one game and it was a banger already, and it was a match between two teams with their first playoff stage, and Hanwha Life Esports was able to take game number 1. Hanwha Life got B1 Runakton, and then their last pick was Vladimir. And then they were rotated towards mid and then top. With that flex pick Renekton, Hanwha Life Esports was able to complete their dive comp with that Vladimir coming in the end. Renekton can exert pressure during the laning phase on the mid lane, and Vladimir was also able to do a fantastic work up against Gragas. Whereas Nongsin Red Force, they do have some dive ability, but still their main focus was the poke coming out from Ezreal and Zoe. I could feel the pressure that the players were feeling, because I think the players were not having the full potential and full performance on those picks, especially looking at the Renekton first pick. I was pretty sure they can flex it for Chovy, because Chovy is a champion that really likes to play melee bruiser champion on the mid lane. And then seeing the Renekton pick, we had Hikarim and Zoe, a mid and jungle comp from Nongsin Red Force, which is a comp that cannot really put up a good fight into Renekton. Still, Renekton can exert his dominance on lane. Maybe Nongsin Red Force could just make Ezreal the only poke kind of damage carry on their side, and then they maybe could have focused on the lane power on the mid lane, which could be a lot better for them. We can see that Nongsin Red Force was trying their best to counter the dive comp coming out from Hanwha Life Esports. And then that Vladimir coming at in the end was really smart in order to allow more flexibility for Hana Life Esports. However, there were some moments where Nongsin Red Force was able to come out on top. So let's take a look at this first highlight. Ezreal got too fat at this point. He almost finished his upgrade on the Manamune. So by poking down some of the abilities, he was able to upgrade an item, which means he will be doing too much damage onto the opponent. And then, now let's take a look here. He dealt 400 AD on that Renekton with just one Mystic shot. At that point in the game, Renekton didn't have any armor item because he was laning up against Zoe. He also took the MR rune, which means Ezreal can freely land his abilities onto that Crocodile. You could see the amount of frustration on the side of Hana Life Esports. They kind of looked a little bit flustered at this point because Vladimir, even though he was late to the party, he still insisted to take that teleport. I think he was not able to decide whether to just push the lane or whether to join that fight. Dokdam did more than 60k damage in a 50-minute long game on Ezreal. I think Nongsin was able to show their power around this AD carry player. However, now let's take a look at the second highlight where we had a huge dragon fight opening. We saw a great setup in order to capitalize the Hana Life Esports dive comp. So Nongsin Red Force, they rely really hard on their poke abilities, so Hana Life Esports prepares for this Drake fight very early. Even though the jungle camps were really clear and empty, they still stayed there in order to get some vision around that blue camp. And also they placed the ward on the bottom lane as well. And then they rotate to the mid lane in order to draw the attention of the opponents. A strategy that counters the poke comp is actually just going in and diving onto the opponents before they can chunk down the opponent. So even after they got the vision control around that Drake, they actually stay around the red buff camp because they wanted to make Nongsin to overstep. And then after Nongsin Red Force were trying to gather up around that river, they called Chovy for a perfect flank TP angle. Chovy was able to find the opening and Hana Life Esports was able to clean up all the kills. It was a really nice counter strategy in order to punish the poke comp on the side of Nongsin Red Force. Very impressive and very intelligent. We had a lot of fights and skirmishes throughout this game, and there were some moments where the abilities and skills were going wide and Vladimir was not able to find the perfect positioning to win the team fight, but still, with that power of a fat Renekton, Hana Life Esports was able to still take away the win. We had a very close and long game in game number 1, but still Hana Life Esports is the one winning the first one, and Chovy will pick up the POG as well. And Renekton, there were some moments where Hana Life Esports was definitely very behind and playing under pressure, but Chovy was able to play for his team and carried his teammates. I think Chovy, he has the personality of a top laner because he's so good at melee AD bruiser champions. He also plays a lot of tank champion as well, for example like Cyan. But for Renekton, I think this pick is one of the most OP picks in the current meta, and the fact that their mid laner can rotate this to the mid lane is also really a good kind of strategy for Hana Life Esports. And then in that last highlight, he was able to sidestep all of the ability from Dokdam and then re-engage in order to get that kill, and a very split votes. However, Chovy will be the one picking up the POG. And let's take a look at this prediction from the fans. 87% of the fans are predicting Hana Life Esports to take away the series and advance to the second round. This also reflects the amount of support and love from the fans, you know? But looking at the stats, it's really impressive to see that actually we had a very close series between two teams, you know? And also we could see the power of experience by the veteran players as well. This is the first playoffs after the new format adapted to the LCK. I'm pretty sure Nongshim is so desperate to pull off the upset, so let's head over for game number 2.